Hey, you guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Do me a favor. Go ahead and like this video in advance. The more likes a video gets, it's the algorithm for me, y'all. The more likes a video gets, the more visibility it will get. It will get out there and people will see it. And that is how, you support the channel, to be honest with you. It's the best way to support the channel. Also, if you see some ads, we just let those run over here because, again, that's another way to support the channel, and it really costs you nothing at all. All right. Hey, Know the Gang, I know you guys are here. I want to go ahead and wish all the moms out there a happy Mother's Day in advance. Go ahead. I just wanted to do that. I kind of take Mother's Day off. I'm not really into Mother's Day. I have to admit, my mom's been gone about 7 years, and it's just not the same for me. So for the most part, I just kind of lay low, stay off of social media, be honest with you, because I really don't feel like seeing all the, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, that's mothers and fathers. I cannot. I don't particularly care for that kind of energy on Mother's Day. So I just, just stay off social media and, just be with my kids, right? So again, happy Mother's Day in advance to all of you. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I know I don't get on here very often, but I wanted to just catch up with you guys. I'm trying to do a few videos over the next couple of days, but just wanted to catch up on some news that I saw that I wanted to share with you, whether you saw it or not. I definitely wanted to bring it to you and let's just chat about it. The first story that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and listen, so that I do find humor in this, but it wasn't a laughing matter when I first heard about it. So this man right here, his name is Jovan Collazo. You may have heard this story. I saw it on Good Morning America the other day. Basically, this man got on a school bus in South Carolina, and he held the bus driver at gunpoint, and he wanted the bus driver to literally take him to New Jersey. Right? He was an Army trainee, and he was literally hijacking the bus. Now, the good news is that it ended well. No children were harmed. The bus driver kept the kids calm. He tried to calm the situation, and the kids were not harmed. Right? Now, here's where it gets a little, I got a little bit of a chuckle in it because I know the kids are okay. Right? I can't ever say that they won't be emotionally scarred by the fact that they were held hostage. But this is where things got kind of funny. So it said, Collazo boarding the bus, shouting at the driver to close the door and drive. He was on board with the students and driver for a total of 6 minutes, the sheriff said. Some of the 18 children on the bus began using cell phones to call parents to let them know what was happening. Lott said, I guess that's the sheriff or something. After some of the children asked repeatedly if Collazo planned to hurt them or the driver, the trainee got a little frustrated and ordered the bus stopped, allowing the driver and children to get off. He then drove the bus several miles before abandoning it with the rifle inside. Now, let me explain to you why I just got a little bit of a chuckle out of this. It's because kids, I don't care the situation, will who, what, when, why, where, how. You got some games on your phone, they will question your ass to death. And thank goodness that it actually saved their lives, right? These kids questioned this man so much that his ass was like, fuck it, right? And he kicked them off the bus, right? He was like, I can't do this anymore. And he kicked them off the bus. He just couldn't take it no more. So I have to and being a former educator, I know what that feel like. Them kids will, you'll be like going over something. When I was in the classroom, I'll be trying to explain and all the hands. I'm like, can you just let me, in my mind, I'm like, could y'all little asses just put your goddamn hands down and let me finish before you start asking questions? They'll just ask you 1,000 questions. And it reminded me of when my mom used to say, when she used to leave me and my brother in the car, she'd go into the store real quick to get some milk. She'd be like, ain't nobody gonna take y'all, because if they took just bring your ass right back. They'll just bring you right back. So that just reminded me of that. And I just thought that was so funny how, if a kid don't do shit else, they're going to question, they're going to ask questions, they're going to be asked who, what, when we coming, when we going, where we going to eat, and it saved their lives. So I, like I said, I wouldn't be chuckling at this if something honestly, somebody was injured, but I just got a chuckle out of this story. It was funny as hell to me. Moving on. I don't know if you guys know about inmate TikTok, but I saw this on a neighborhood talk and I wanted to share it with you guys because this is a little, I don't know what to think about it. These guys are literally shooting their shots at the women on the other side of the bars. Go ahead and take a look at these videos because this is kind of interesting to me. Go ahead and take a look at these videos, y'all. Take a look.
Hey, what's up? My name Kaj. Everybody call me Cash. Just looking for somebody to kick it with, man. You know what I'm saying? A nigga bored. Hit me up.
My name Chris Taylor. My MA number 774-237. I just want to know where all my city girls at. Knowing Miami where it all goes down. Her ain't no pity we had, and your dad don't know that you're somewhere lost and found. She don't want love, no. She don't love no one but herself. Only thing she cares about is the lace from Weave and the booties from Chanel.
My name is Romeo Kibble, 674104. Just looking for a friend though. I already know y'all gonna be interested, so hit me up.
My name Marcus Hawkins, number 771-123. Find me on JPay, hit me up, show me some love, get to know me and know my story before you judge me, and get to know that I'm a good person, a good individual. I like to write poetry and, make people laugh and, show a good time too. And I will be looking for the same, someone to show me some love throughout my beat until I get back to the house. All right, y'all, I'm out.
So, yeah, all of these guys are looking for a special lady friend, right? A little bit like Love After Lockup, right? They always got all the sweetest, what Master P call it, prison talk. It's all that prison talk, right? It'd be the sweetest gestures, and they got all the love for you while they locked up, right? But y'all got to be careful. Like, I saw a lot of women's like, ooh, he fine. What's his? Ooh, I want to write him. And I saw like a lot of comments like that. And I was thinking to myself, ladies, have we really gotten to that point that these are the options that we have? Like, I don't even necessarily want to normalize this. And for instance, this guy right here, Marcus Hawkins. Now, he was talking about, yeah, when I touch down, when I come home, don't judge me by my past. Well, I am so glad that somebody pulled his receipts, because while a lot of women was out here like, ooh, Marcus, they don't know that Marcus is where he really needs to be, okay? Because Marcus has been tried and convicted of killing his ex-girlfriend, okay? Yes, Marcus Hawkins said something like, yeah, don't judge me by my past, and I'm looking for somebody, when I touch down and everything like that. His story is actually quite disturbing, okay? Let me read a little bit to you so you understand, for those ladies that thought he was so fine. Okay, a jury on Friday found a Cleveland man guilty of aggravated murder and other charges that accused him of breaking into his ex-girlfriend's home and stabbing her to death while her children were in the house. Okay, he faces life in prison after the jury returned its guilty verdict following a 6-day trial in Common Pleas Court, Judge Deborah Turner's courtroom. All right, and that was back in, 2019? So he been sitting down for a few years now, talking about when he touched home. You are home, Marcus. That is your home. So while I know that everybody ain't in there for the same shit, some guys might be in there for a drug charge or something like that. I guess all in all, you have to decide what you're willing to put up with when it comes to being with somebody like this, right? You got to decide if you like a drug dude. You got to decide if that's your stilo. You got to decide, well, am I willing to put up with a dude that sell this and sell that, knowing that he might have people after him? I don't want nobody banging on my door in the middle of the night. I got to watch my back, stuff like that. You just got to decide. But I just feel like, let's not normalize this. I cannot believe that the pickings are so slim that this is what we're left with. Drooling over men that are on a call from a state correctional facility. right? I just don't believe that. I can't believe that. I'm sorry, but I just don't believe that there are no other options out here for us. But again, if you think they fine, their little inmate numbers are right there. Their names are right there. Go ahead and call them. Go ahead and JPay them, right? Go ahead and do whatever you feel like you need to do. But just know, look them up and see what they are in there for. But as for me, I'm sorry, but no. Okay. Moving right along. Let's talk about Miss Janet Mock. Now, I know Janet Mock from watching her on several interviews, and I have been watching Pose for the last couple of seasons. I am a big fan of the show. I actually started watching Pose because of Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva would review the show, and I wouldn't even watch it. And then I got so curious about it, I started watching it, and I fell in love with the show. Now, the last season, the third and final season, just started like a week ago. And I personally think that they shouldn't end it. I think it's moving a little too quickly. I feel like there was so much more that they could have done with the show. But nonetheless, this is the final season. And over the last couple of episodes of first, of the season, I just feel like the writing, how can I put it? It sucks, right? This may not be for you. If you watch it, you understand what I'm talking about. But the writing is just not as good as I felt like it was before. It seems like they're going to rush the hell out of this season, and I hope they don't, simply because this is the last and final season. So anyway, they had a season premiere and like a premiere party, okay? And Janet Mock got up and she was, she gave a speech, and some people felt like maybe she was high, she was drunk, she let it rip. She was talking about the fact that they were only paying her $40,000 an episode, that there is no representation in Hollywood. So she really read the room their rights. She read the folks that was in there who needed to hear this. She read them for filth. And I can understand that, right? But then her speech took a wild turn. And like I said, a lot of people felt like she was howling at, hound something or something. Something was off, because she decided to get up there and basically embarrass the hell out of her boyfriend. Okay. Now, if you watch the show, Janet Mock is dating Poppy. If you watch the show, you know who Poppy is, right? He is with Angel, the one right here, second from the right, next to Electra. And she gets up in front of all these people, Janet Mock, while she's giving her speech, right? And she proceeds to basically tell the entire audience, because remember, they're at a premiere party. She decides to go ahead and tell the whole world, including Poppy. I'm going to call him Poppy. His name is Angel, but I'm going to call him Poppy. That she fucked a crew member on the show. Okay. And it was the most bizarre story that I had read. It was so insane that I wish somebody would have recorded the shit, right? I kept seeing Janet Mock trending. And when I read the story, I'm like, and nobody got this story on tape. Nobody had their phone out recording. Like, what a moment. What a moment. People had their phones out all the goddamn time. And the one time that they could have had the phone out recording some good shit, nobody got the footages. Nobody got the footages. And that was the most bizarre thing to me. And I have to wonder if she really was high or drunk, or I don't know. But I can only imagine that he was embarrassed after that she would do that in front of all those people. Like I said, I understood why she got up there and said, hey, why are we only getting paid this and this and this? But all this other stuff was unnecessary. So it says, the speech took an even more personal turn when Mock demanded that boyfriend Angel Curiel stand up. She said, today I was going to let Angel go. She said, I was going to let you go, right? But what did I do? I fucked somebody on the crew, right? At that revelation, one of the show's guest stars could be heard gasping and asked, what the hell is happening? Angel, I'm not losing you. You hear me? You are fucking important to me, Mock continued. I don't want to live in a house alone. I want you, you motherfucker. Right there. That's who I want. I'm getting what's mine. And I guess that was the end of the speech. And again, nobody got it on film. Like, seriously, all the phones that was probably in that place. In a room full of messy ass gay folks, because you know that the LGBTQIA community is messy. And nobody got it. Nobody, listen, that shit would have been everything to watch. But all I could think about, because I love Poppy's character on the show, all I could think about is why on earth would she have him stand up and embarrass him like that? Like, why would she do that? That's just weird to me. Like, why on earth would you have this man stand up? He don't know what is happening, and you proceed to tell him that you effed somebody on the crew at a show that he worked on. Like, what kind of insane shit is that? What kind of insane shit is that? But I would have loved to see it. I would have loved to see it. But I can definitely tell that over the last couple of episodes, the first 2 episodes of this last and final season, that the writing is just off. And you can just feel that something is not right. And it's clear to me that there are some serious creative differences. If Janet Mock has those grievances, which it seems like it isn't a valid grievance, if that's all she's making, she deserves more. And my last and final thing that I want to talk about is I am very, very, very excited about the Verzuz tonight. Now, I have watched a lot of the Verzuz. I haven't watched them all. I did watch the Method Man and Redman. And as much as y'all know, if you know this channel and you know me, you know how much I love Method Man and I just love him. I was actually bored by that Verzuz and I did not stay around for the whole thing. I did not. But when they announced that SWV and Xscape was going to do this Verzuz, I went up. And if you've watched my channel, you know that I've talked about this. I said I would love to see a Verzuz between SWV and Xscape. And I'm so glad that they were able to put this together. I love these two groups. SWV just reminds me of high school. It just, that first album It's About Time. It reminds me of high school. It reminds me of my summer of going into my senior year of high school. I graduated in 1993 and I just remember getting on the bus. See, I grew up in Chicago, so we had most of us, we took the bus kind of far away to our school, and I would listen to I had my little CD player, the big ass CD player, Walkman, and I would listen to that entire CD from beginning to end, that and the Chronic album, pretty much every single day on the bus, okay? And I love that album. It was such a good debut album. And I'm looking forward to this. I'm so excited about tonight. I've already called, don't call me. Leave me alone. I ain't going nowhere. I got my food. I'm going DoorDash. I'm good, okay? Don't bother me. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about this. And even when I heard that it was happening, I had already carved out in my mind, I had already started strategizing. I'm like, okay, SWV need to start with, I'm so into you. They need to start with a upbeat, I'm so into you. They need to go into Right Here. They need to go into Anything with Method Man. I have it all mapped out in my brain as to how the girls need to move. And then on the second half of it, when they take their little break, they need to come back with Use Your Mind or Rain. Of course, we know what they're going to end with, right? They're going to end with their biggest hit, and that is Weak. And I also thought about Xscape. And personally, although I love Xscape, look at Tiny. She's so cute right here. I just don't know why I'm sorry. I just had to say that. I think she looks really nice right here. I don't know why she did what she did to her face and everything in her body. Anyway, I just personally think that SWV is going to mop the floor with Xscape. And I love Xscape. Don't get me wrong. I think they got some big ass hits. I think they got some great hits. I personally think that they should start off strong too. I think they should start with Just Kicking It. I don't think they should wait on that. I think they should just come right out the gate with Just Kicking It. Right. But I just think that SWV is going to mop the floor with Xscape tonight. I just don't know how it would go any other way. I don't. And like I said, and again, Xscape has some really good songs, but it's hard for me to see a win for Xscape. against an SWV who has so many songs. I'm thinking like All Night Long off the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. They last two albums, I loved a lot of their music off the last two that didn't really get a lot of like attention, but I loved their last two albums. So I'm a huge SWV fan. So you can see I'm already walking in Baes, but I'm excited. I'm excited about this Verzuz. You know, I was always kind of like when Timbaland and Swiss had said they had sold it to Triller, I'm like, you know, but I can. And it's their intellectual property. They can do what they want, right? They can, but I also can see because these productions are getting so much bigger, I could see why they would want to kind of sell it off in a sense to not have to pay for that, right? Because the budgets are getting bigger. It's not as organic as it used to be. So a few days ago, you know, I did a video where I talked about Shekinah calling out Tiny for throwing her under the bus. Tiny posted this a few days ago, and she was referring to Shekinah, I believe. She's like, please live your life and stop harassing me. I'm trying to prepare for Verzuz, babe, damn. And she was in the room with everybody, and I believe they were strategizing. Like I said, Verzuz is not as organic as it used to be, where people would literally just show up on Instagram Live. They got their aux cord, they got their Beats Pill, and they would just play their music, right? It's really about strategy. They're really thinking about placement and stuff like that. It's a big production. So, but I am curious as to how this is going to play out tonight. You already know what's going on with Tiny. And I'm curious if they're going to go ahead and cut the comments off. The comments are part of the engagement that Verzuz loves. They love the impressions. They love the engagement. They love all of that. But with Tiny being in the room, knowing what's going on with her and T.I. at the time, right now, I wonder if they are going to cut the comments. Now, lately, what I've been noticing, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but what I've been noticing when I have watched the last few Verzuz, it seems like only blue checks pop up on the live. When people are commenting, I rarely see just regular everyday people on the in the comments anymore. And I don't know if that, I feel like it was done on purpose, but I am curious as to how they're going to finagle that tonight, because people are going to say they're going to say something. There are going to be people who are going to say something to Tiny. Okay. When it comes, they're going to be calling her R. Shelley. I don't know. I just think that it's a big distraction. It's going to be a big distraction. And, I'm just curious as to how they're going to handle it. But nonetheless, I am very excited about tonight. The only thing for me that would top this is if they can go ahead and get Jodeci in the Verzuz. I want to see Jodeci in the Verzuz. I would, man, listen. Please get Jodeci in the Verzuz. Please, 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 please. I want to see Jodeci in the Verzuz. But like I said, I'm excited about what these ladies are going to do. I've been watching Coco and her son on her Instagram, and you could just tell he'd been trained from birth by his mama. He got a beautiful voice, if you guys have never listened to him, but they were singing You're Always on My Mind on her Instagram today, and it just got me so excited because they sound so good together, and like I said, I'm looking forward to that. So let me know what you guys think, if you guys are going to watch it. Let me know about these other stories that I've just shared with you about the inmate Baes and the hostage situation and Janet Mock. Let me know what you guys think about any of those stories. And I'm going to come back with some more stories on another video. But in the meantime, if I don't do it today or tomorrow, happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers. And I wish you well. Have a blessed and happy Mother's Day. And I will see you guys on the next video. I love you guys. Take care. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.